Hi, welcome back. I'm Chuck, and today I'm going to show you how I built this bridge across the creek in my backyard. And stay tuned to the end because I'll have a preview of part 2 that deals with the erosion control that I am dealing with at the bridge and the creek line. When we moved to Oklahoma last year, one of the things we liked most about our house was this beautiful tree line across our backyard that had a creek that spanned the width of our yard. The only problem was we had about a third of an acre behind the tree line that was inaccessible at the time due to the creek and not being able to get across. I did what I could with a chainsaw and a weed eater, but after a while I realized I was going to need to be able to get a bigger piece of equipment in there to clear it out, and eventually have to get my lawnmower, my tractor, into there to maintain it. So I started looking for a way to build a bridge to cross the creek. So this might be the best place that we have from the light up there. It's about 8 to 10 feet from where it goes down to that bucket there, where the little creek bed is. So, and then the creek bed's probably about 4 feet across at this point. So here's what it looks like from the house side as you walk up. So after I crossed that portion of the creek right there, I ended up stepping on a wasp nest and got stung. Unfortunately, the best place that we had to build the bridge to cross the creek had a bunch of huge rocks in front of it, and I'll show you later how I dealt with that. I was able to clear a space where I was going to build the bridge, and I staked out the corners to make sure that it was going to be square and level. Then the next day we got some rain, and I realized that I was going to have to reinforce this bridge pretty well to make sure that it didn't float away. So one of the things that I realized I was going to have to overcome was the erosion that was taking place on the house side of the bridge. So I built a box out of 2x10s and made sure it was level, staked it in the ground about 2 feet, and then filled it with gravel before putting the cinder blocks in to set the joists on. The hardest part about building a bridge or anything like this, a deck, is to make sure that it's square and level, because I didn't want to be going uphill or downhill, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't crooked. Once I got the box in place with the gravel and the cinder blocks in it to place the joists on, I did the perimeter with 2x12s, and I put some joists in the center with 2x10s and joist hangers and screws on the end. After that, it was time to start putting on the deck boards, and I used 2x6s for this. It's hard to tell the size in the video, but the bridge is about 20 feet across and it's 54 inches wide. I made it this wide to make sure I could get my lawn tractor across, but in hindsight I wish I would have gone a little bit wider so that I could get heavier equipment back there. The process of putting the deck boards on was very tedious, took a long time, and just a lot of sitting on the ground. But finally I got them all on. The next part was trying to figure out how to build the ramp ends so that I could drive up and across and down onto the ground with my lawnmower. So I screwed a cleat into the ends, and then I made a frame with 2x4s and then put more deck boards on it and screwed it down to the cleat. Now comes the part where I got to deal with the huge rocks that were in front of my new bridge. These rocks are way too big to move by hand, so I thought I would get my truck back here and some ratchet straps and pull them out of the way. The only ratchet straps I had on hand were 766 pound limit. I ratcheted around one of the rocks and the other end to my hitch on my truck and went slowly, and then came out and realized that I was tearing through the strap. So apparently these rocks, or some of them, are in excess of 766 pounds. After I got some bigger straps that could handle the load, I was able to get them out of the way. And at that point the bridge was essentially done. I was able to get my tractor back and maintain the back of our lot, and the kids enjoy throwing rocks in the creek and just kind of sitting on the bridge and enjoying outside every now and then. If you're enjoying this video, hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the video, and hit the bell for notifications. Now I'm able to access and maintain the back of our lot, which is really a nice shaded, beautiful area. That wraps up the video on the bridge. Go ahead and hit subscribe over here, and there's another video to check out over here. And here's a little preview of the next video that deals with erosion. Thanks for watching, everybody.